What's going on, guys? My name is Dabari. Welcome back to PreRolled Exotics. This is my dragon Halo, and she just shed, so we're thinking about giving her a bath. I figured why not make her a salad as well. So I'm gonna bring you guys along and show you how I make a salad for my bearded dragon. All right, so stay tuned. Isn't that right?
All right. So first off, this is Halo when we first picked her up from the pet shop that we ended up getting her from. They She wasn't taken too well care of, as you can see. She's really small and she has some stuck sheds. So I'm really happy that we ended up with her. I'm just gonna scroll through a couple pictures just so you guys can kind of see like her story. She's been with us for about a year and a half now, I believe. She's been always been awesome, always been super friendly. I've never had any issues with her. She's always ready to go. She's basically like the perfect epitome of what you would expect for your like a pet lizard, especially in the bearded dragon. So she definitely lived up to that narrative. We actually had a different bearded dragon as well too. We got another baby a few months later because we were kind of addicted to him because Halo was so great. But the second baby that we picked up, actually ended up being a complete asshole. Like as crazy as it may seem, this guy was a complete opposite of what you'd expect from a bearded dragon. And I really wish I would have kept those pictures. Basically, kind of like right now, this is Halo sunbathing, but imagine that like in an angry baby dragon just always going at you. And I know people will be like, "Oh, all you got to do is handle him and give him treats, and then warm up to you." Trust me, I tried all that. We've tried it all. We gave him treats. We let him play with our, we would give him outside time. We gave him everything basically he could ask for. We were super sweet, and he was just I don't know. He just woke up on the wrong side of the egg. So this is my favorite picture of Halo right here. Such a pretty dragon. We like to take her out in the sun, especially out here in Vegas. It gets so hot. I can't wait till the summer to come back because we can actually bring her out and let her sunbathe because that's one of her favorite things to do. And it's kind of like bonding time for us too. I think that's part of the reason why she's so good with us because she trusts us. She's always been with us. We always give her good times, good visit times. But yeah, if you guys are interested in a bearded dragon, I definitely recommend it. So right now, this is making sure you guys have everything to get ready. This is just a tub filled with lukewarm water. Here's our old dish. You can see she shedded out her tail. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up and get it all nice and pretty for her. Make sure you temp the water. I think this came with like this is 114. I had just put it down. That's too hot though. You definitely want to make it down like to 98, 96, 98. So once it gets down to there, you can put her in. Go ahead and close the lid so it can get nice and steamy for her, and we'll go ahead and clean up her dish and start preparing her bug salad specialty. It's our top requested dish from her. I prepare these all the time. You're gonna need some repti calcium. You're gonna need some good veggies. I like to use collard greens, mustard greens, cilantro will work. I'd use the yellow squash, bell peppers work as well. You can kind of mix it up too. Don't be afraid to mix it up and give your dragon a little bit of everything. And then you need some calcium as well. And then, of course, the croutons, the superworms, the bugs. You can substitute those of dubious or whatever you like. And then you got to get your blade out. I like to cut a nice chop. And this is the last of the collard greens, I believe. So I think I just wanted to just get rid of these before they went bad, and just make sure we can utilize everything without wasting anything. If you breed dubia roaches, you can actually use the bad parts of the lettuce you don't want to use and throw them in the tank, and that kind of or the tub that you have them in, all your roaches, and that'll gut load them as well too. That's a little tip if you guys breed dubias. That way you can you're making sure your bugs are getting the best vegetables, and then in turn when your lizard eats it, he's getting all that good stuff too as well. So I definitely if I start, I think I am gonna start breeding dubias. I don't know how I feel about roaches yet though, but when it comes to this dragon, man, obviously you can see I spare no expense. So it's just me just messing around with the knife. Of course, be careful. Make sure you can cut it however you want. I just cut it in silly ways just to kind of get it all nice and condensed. You can also use a food processor as well, like a blender. You can use a blender and put everything in. And what I used to do, what I need to start doing again, is making a big salad like this and just putting it into like little cheap deli cups that you can get from like the dollar store or your grocery mart. Because this will last for about a week. So that way, every day, instead of having to do this every day, you can just go ahead and go into your refrigerator, pull out that deli cup, drop it in her bowl, then you're good to go for that day. Make sure you dust it with calcium, of course, too. But yeah, that worked out really well for us. I don't know why we stopped doing that. I think we ran out of deli cups. Yeah, we ran out of deli cups, so we never got any more. But I definitely need to do that, so I don't have to be sitting here and chopping every day. Because I know you guys don't want to see that. But I thought my knife skills were okay though. I minor in anime, So after that, you just want to fill it up, make sure everything's nice and cut up. You want to get it as small as you can because sometimes they'll have trouble biting like eating like the larger pieces of lettuce because you got to remember they don't have hands and like a fork and knife. So make sure you dice it up as much as you can. Another reason why a food processor or blender would really come in handy right now because then you could just hit the button and everything will be all stirred up. But without a doubt, there it is right there. Make sure you get all the good veggies. The squash. The squash helps hydrate them. I like to do a little bit of calcium bay. Put a little bit of that good white stuff on there for the lizard. Make sure her bones are nice and healthy. Dust that off right there. A little secret sauce. And then of course you got to get the bug croutons on it next. You got to go straight for the lizards. I like to use these little chopsticks because I don't like touching bugs. So these are like little. You can use whatever tongs, whatever works for you. But I don't like to touch bugs, so I got these little trainer chopsticks so I could just chop them up. And these guys are assholes too. These are super worms. Halo, she destroys them no problem. I wouldn't recommend these for younger dragons. Make sure your dragon's big enough and has that jaw pressure required to really chew these guys up because I don't know if you can see, but as I'm picking them, they're like scrolling around and trying to bite the tongs as well too. These guys are little assholes. So yeah, I definitely get a lot of satisfaction watching my dragon devour them after all this. Excuse me. So yeah, it's just me just putting all the bugs on the final touches. You can see that salad looking good. I'm telling you, man, this dragon eats better than me. And while you're putting the bugs in, make sure you watch out for escapees because sometimes these guys like to wiggle. No one, yeah, get back in there. Where you going, boy? Nobody likes to. Nobody likes worms or random worms in your house. That's why I couldn't do crickets either because crickets will always get loose from you and they're disgusting. They carry parasites. They die on you. You might buy 20 at the store, but by the time you get home, you probably got like five left. Like they're just disgusting. And then they'll hide from the dragon. Then now you got crickets in the tank. You just hearing chirping and stuff. So let's see, soldier fly. What is it? Black soldier fly larvae, dubia roaches, mealworms, and superworms. So those are my go-to when it comes to insects. And then hornworms, you can use those as a treat too. Let's see. And of course, you can't wait to eat. It's our big girl, looking all nice and beautiful after that bath. You'd be surprised how much they color up after a bath. And in British dragons, if you put them like on a daily routine, they can actually like every time we put her in the bath, I give her at least a soak every day, every other day, and she usually likes to poop in the bath. Now, if your dragon only poops in the bath, that could be a bad thing. That's like a sign of impaction. Means like something's stuck in their digestive system. But definitely though, I mean she poops in the cage if I don't give her a bath for sure. But it makes it easier on me if I just go ahead and give her a bath so she can just relieve herself and I can throw the water out and wash out the tub rather than pulling all this stuff out, disinfecting her entire tank and starting over because she really does like the dirt, and she's old enough to where she knows the difference between the dirt and her salad. So I'm not worried about her eating it. And this isn't a type of substrate that'll clump up either. This is just like natural potting soil with like just all organic reptile safe. So yeah, I definitely recommend putting your dragons on some substrate so they can dig around. And you can see she's enjoying her salad, taking her time. All the bugs by now kind of like hid under the lettuce, so that's what she's looking for. But she definitely eats her lettuce. She eats her veggies. If you have a dragon that's not eating them, if he's still young, don't worry about it. Sometimes when they're young, they just don't want to. They're more protein based. They got a high food drive. They want something that wiggles and runs from them, so they can chase it down and catch it. But as they get older, though, they'll switch over to veggies, and it gets a lot easier once your dragon gets about this age, because then you can just kind of sit it down and just let it do what it does. Well, what I mean is you can just prepare mainly just salads for the week, like I said, instead of having to always have live food. You can just kind of supplement with the live bugs, and then the veggies become a staple, which is a lot cheaper and a lot easier. Believe me. I think the mustard greens were $1 at my store, as well as the collard greens as well, and the squash was $1 as well too. So this is the last little few.
Anywhere you go, anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
there you have it. Obviously, you can see she's all nice and clean and happy, aren't you? Got a nice, good salad prepared by your boy, so hopefully she enjoys that. I pretty much do this every day, every other day. They don't need to get bathed that often because they are kind of an arid species. But I like to, especially when I know she's in shed, I like to make sure I give her that nice warm soak so she can color up, get all that loose shed off her body. And then I reward her with a nice salad because she's at that age where she eats salads pretty much all day, every day. And then the bugs kind of just little like croutons almost. So hope you guys liked it. Thanks for watching. Like and follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, you guys have a good day, have a good weekend, and let me know who you guys think's gonna win the Super Bowl. That's kind of interesting. You know, my team, we're out of it, but you know, maybe next year. But this year, I'd love to know who you guys think is gonna win. So that's it for me. I'm out.